versus highway robbery is the stocks that Yonni has proven to be able to take before with the Steve. I believe we saw some of that already tonight.
Yeah,
from
when he
him.
conquered his demon, Halo, pulled him down from heaven and said, "I've had quite enough, thank you." But
I don't need any halos where I'm going. Not to disparage Yonni in any ways, but
in the Ender realm.
yeah, in the end, yeah, we don't have halos down here. We just have dragons, which is way cooler in my opinion. But going up against Orex, who I have not seen at Shockwave in a long time.
I love the flex, just catching the tournament, sending it straight back.
He's trying to do it more too.
Who needs a reflector? I'm the reflector. My execution reflects.
As Yonni does, catching that turnip. But slower start to this game, as you might expect. I mean, Orex, I think we've talked about it before, just a very calculating individual, and there's that optimization from Yonni that is oh so heralded in the Steve community. This guy does more damage per hit than most people out there.
If not every Steve. He's kind of the consummation of perfect technical execution in most cases.
I would bet that Yonni is like the combo Steve in almost anybody's eyes in that community. And already off the bat, I mean, he got the gold tools really early, and the gold tools mine quickly, and that's what you want because now Yonni's got a diamond a minute into the game. And a minute into the game against Orex, who is so good at just kind of micromanaging the way that you play.
Oh, and the way he just, like, he knew exactly when Orex would pop out. It just makes sense. Like, if you're mashing at all, you're going to end up here.
Gave himself enough time to get it, and now got the lead. And, you know, man, I love the idea of Yonni to, like, build that little layer of blocks right under the Angel platform because Orex is playing a floaty character, and it'll be hard for them to get around that given time. But
you're going to be in a horrible position, actually. Like, having to go around that means that you're pretty much guaranteed to land on top of Yonni. One way or another, and that's like a floaty's least favorite place to be, given they fall slow, meaning it's easy to juggle them.
We've seen this twice now, by the way. The platform, or rather the blocks that Yonni's built coming in clutch to save him. Now, Orex does close out the stock with that up air. Took him a little while to get there, but you can see whether or not it is, you know, a very quick stock for Orex to take, or whether or not it takes him a while. He never really lets you run away with the game.
Certainly not, yeah. He will cut your Achilles tendons if it means he's going to get back. My God, no. Orex is never out of the game. Not by a long shot. We've seen him counterpick Plant and almost beat Lima at the very end.
Oh,
like, it was like, oh my gracious!
Yonni built the Tower of Babel and then came off of it with the forwarder.
Orex is on his way to meet the dragon.
He really said, oh, or whatever happened in that fable. I don't really know.
Yo, I was thinking you were like trying to emulate a Minecraft villager.
No, then I would just go.
That's how I feel after getting spiked like
that. I was about to say, that's how I feel it as Orex. I get hit by that and I go.
No, thank you. All right, Diamond Pickaxe is offline. That means that back air is also offline, which is a gift and a blessing in this matchup.
Oh, but the up smash to anti-air, something that you're going to see a lot against Peach.
How on earth? He didn't even bother.
Yeah, he just figured that Orex would do the get-up, the normal get-up, which is... No, honestly, pretty safe. I mean, Peaches will either do the double jump from ledge or they'll do the neutral get-up because...
And both of which are hit by magma. Which one is it? Lava, magma?
Lava
on the ground.
Up is magma, down is lava.
Correct.
Yeah.
No, yeah. It seems like Yonni's just trying to secure this stock so he can save that precious, precious diamond for the third stock when it matters most. And I think that's a great call.
And now he's got 2 diamonds, so he can very easily just, craft it for this stock. And
just like...
that was a great imitation.
Thank you.
Yeah, but that's something that Yonni can do in this matchup because he knows that Orex, you know, sees him with all the resources and says, well, if you have a diamond on the last stock anyways, well, now I can really slow down the pace of the match. You don't have to worry about it, but you do have to worry about extending those hurt boxes. Yonni will take that game 1.
That's the biggest counterplay, right? Like, we're talking about how like slow Orex likes to keep it, but how slow can you keep it when he's getting diamonds by the dozen while you're keeping things slow? It's a difficult decision to make, and that's like the highest difficulty of playing against Steve. It's like you can't really camp him. His mobility is so horrible, but like he's not the one running. He's running away, but you know you can't catch him for some reason.
You force your opponent to come at you and stop you from doing all of that mining because I mean. That was kind of the definition of that game. I mean, normally Orex is so good at, like I said, kind of micromanaging you as a player and controlling the pace of the match, but Yonni gets to do that simply by virtue of playing Steve. And the fact that he is avoiding letting Orex take control of the match shows that he is playing the character correctly.
Yes, 2 micromanagers. Who's the supervisor? We'll find out soon. My goodness.
You got it, man. But Orex off to the races with some big damage. That's so funny to me. You'll never see that in another matchup where a Peach starts going to town on you, or a Daisy in this case, gets 48% free, and then the character counter hits out of disadvantage and then gets the same amount in return.
Yeah, they're taking you to town, and then suddenly you counterpicked. You banned town.
Oh my god!
The setup,
from
Deer
the
Horde.
top rope!
Yo!
The TNT!
Oh, okay. And that wouldn't be a bad
cold.
throw. Absolutely, just stone cold in this ocean, the tundra. But my
Iron
God.
cold in the case of the anvil.
Absolutely, metals retain temperatures, and it's
Cold
pretty damn cold
steel.
outside. When I'm thinking about
Texas
it.
standards.
Oh yeah, for Texas standard.
Yeah.
God, Californians again looking over at us like, really?
Man, this time it's the New Yorkers. Oh, you think that's cold? Let me tell you about a New York winter.
New York in every way is just the extreme version.
I love that Orex just decided to pummel until all of those blocks were gone because he didn't want to contest with Yanni getting the tech in that time.
He knew he would.
Yeah.
It's an
Closing
inevitability.
Oh, he's got
Yanni
a
doesn't
Saturn?
use techs.
I
Yeah.
don't even know. Oh,
All
what?
right, 0%.
What are
Yanni's
you
like, what's
saving
the
that
worst
for?
that could happen? What's the worst that could happen? It's only 35 though. That's pretty good.
35%, not bad. You know,
Oh.
you expect more from
Oh,
Peach
dear.
and air dodging. I think that Orex had already buffered a roll and then got interrupted by the flint and steel by the
Yeah.
fire at the ledge.
It's a gift and a curse when it comes to like how much buffer window you got. Like
Yeah.
for text, it's amazing, but for air dodges versus rolls,
Saturn.
goodbye.
Wave
Mr.
bye-bye, chat.
Saturn.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Mr. Saturn.
Bye-bye.
He's off. He's back to work.
Yeah.
My God. I'm still like obsessing over the fact that we had a bit of a debuff going from game 1 to game 2, given that he's lost his speed now that he's not wearing the gold dress.
Yeah, not as you would expect from the Mario franchise.
Certainly
but
not. Gold is the definition of speed, just because it's a lighter metal by philosophy. I was like so curious.
just
about
like
it.
the tools that Yanni's using now. He's got gold tools. He's got better frame data. Swings it quick.
Oof. And it's got a significantly higher power than some of the other materials. It's not a diamond for sure, but sheesh.
It's definitely a little bit more, which is something that Yanni's definitely happy to have, and there's that extension of that forward air. Got Orex killed in that exact same situation at the end of that game 1, but this time just had the confidence that it would work out for him. And look at Yanni again. You can see that he has so many scenarios planned out that you need to be ready for.
Yep. He's just limiting your options. It's like the most complex zoning in the game. You gotta tech those. You gotta tech that whip. And
he could have teched that one though.
He couldn't?
He
was
could-
untechable?
Bro, he could have teched that.
He could have teched that.
I don't know. That's not really even a clip, bro.
Shout out to beefy smash dudes. My God.
Oh, here's Yanni with the diamond though, and he's got 2. So again, at this point, if Orex wants to try and control that resource management, it's all about stopping Yanni from getting a lot of iron, a lot of gold.
Yes.
Because gold, you get 1 gold ingot and you get 4 powered rails. I don't think that gets talked about enough. That's a lot.
That is insane.
That's a lot.
The torque you get on that mine cart off of this one little mine.
It's a Ford Mustang, veritably.
Really? Put it into 5th gear. It's a V8 engine, and it's coming at you.
He should have put a Hemi in it. 2 powered rails make that 1 powered rail remaining on that gold ingot, and now none as the iron is also gone. So perfect opportunity for Orex to start mounting that pressure again.
Oh, but
Yanni,
you could just die.
I'm honestly at this point I'm surprised that Orex lived that.
At this point, yes, I was as well. I was like, oh, no way. But it's Peach, so she could die, but his DI, as expected, immaculate.
Very nice recovery from Orex, though. And now, again, look at him. Just Orex's spacing is so good. I mean, this guy understands his character's threat zone perfectly.
Certainly. And, like, there are a few back airs that can contest Steve's, but that's one of them.
It's a game.
Game.
No kill screen or anything. Just
yeah, no. You're like, I could space around that with just a little bit of air drift. And then you remember I'm playing Steve.
Yeah.
0 air drift on that character.
Virtually none. It's so sad.
Sheesh.
But he doesn't need it when he has powered rails and minecarts.
Precisely. You just need a little gold ingot, you know, like most of us do.
Yeah, I could use a bar of gold for sure.
Yes, please.
If any oil barons out there want to send me a bar of gold,
I would also accept oil
just
barrels.
as a treat.
Barons or barrels, we accept all payment here in Texas. My God. All right, game 3. Orex keeps it very contestable, as always.
They call oil liquid gold.
Oh, God. I don't even want to bury the implications there. Thank you.
You're right. Well, anyways, game 3.
Crazy.
This is a phenomenal Steve stage. One that, this is a counter pick that we haven't had legal here at Shockwave for a particularly long time.
So you're wise to the materials that he gets from the stage.
Yes, this is a stone stage.
Stone cold.
Yes, but especially these side platforms and the closer side blast zones as well. I mean, honestly,
stage.
I don't think that Daisy really minds the close side blast zones, but I mean, we've seen that Yonni just lava, forward smash, back air, all of that stuff Steve loves.
Sideways.
Yeah.
It gets you sideways.
He's like Tokyo Drift.
Yeah. But
He likes to go sideways.
Oh, certainly. Yo, do you like my car?
Well, that's initial
What
D, but,
even
you know, I'll give it up.
You know, yeah, it's like the Japanese version. Aside from, you know, Tokyo Drift.
Yeah, except it's literally based in Japan. But you got it.
Literally.
And Orex almost got it right there. Yonni barely able to scrape off the blast zone and make it back.
That wasn't even stale either. That DI was perfect.
Ooh.
He got like the tail
that
end
lingered,
of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And the stitch!
Oh my. And again, surprised that
Surprised.
Yanni's living.
For sure.
Oh, here's that quick mining though. Orex.
Oh, in the back air for certain.
Yeah, keeping the ledge trap up. Orex has always been one of DFW's premier ledge trappers.
Oh, certainly so.
No doubt.
He does not let you off. Once the stage is his, it's his for good.
Oh, missing his spacing right there with the double jump though. Meant to drift back towards the ledge, but I guess just mistimed that. Got caught in the up smash, so we're back to an even game. And I would dare say Yonni favored because he does have a diamond. He got it 40 seconds into this game.
Yonni
now he's
favored.
finally getting to use it.
Economically and stock-wise, the stocks are up. Got all the best materials for
Stocks.
it. The stocks.
Hardy stocks.
All right, well, we're seeing a bit of a lead build here and a bit of a lead mine here. It's the miner versus the humble farmer. We're going to find out.
These are both important jobs if you play Minecraft.
Extraordinarily.
You need all of that. Okay, so he actually teched on his anvil and then slid off of it, so he was able to act out of that immediately. But
So slick.
oh my gosh, no big advantage taken off of it. Now Orex, yeah, waiting for Yonni to approach. He sees the resources that he has, and now that he is out,
Ooh,
potentially his opportunity to
Did
go
you
in.
see how fast Orex like processed that? That is like 64 gigabytes of RAM running up there. My God, it touched his shield and he said, immediately I'm able to act.
His brain is a quad-core CPU.
Frankly, I would need a little time. I'm like, okay, I know that's so punishable on shield, but he insisted that 1 millisecond later he gets his punish.
Yeah.
Oh, but what on
Ooh.
earth? He dropped his shield at just the wrong time, it seems.
Tomahawk forward smash. That's so interesting. Yonni doesn't really usually go for too many movement mix-ups like that. His movement is normally a lot more straightforward, but I love that incorporation of that. Here's him mining up, getting another diamond, so now that resource not going to be a problem for him even once, and Orex struggling to close the stock out.
Yeah, attempting that ledge trump, but even Yonni was ready for that just from the positioning alone was as an indicator. And like, when it comes to the mix-ups, like movement mix-ups, like keeping it ambiguous becomes more and more important the higher the level is between the two players. And like, we're already in like, we're like well into top 8 with these two.
And just trying to bait out something committal from each other. I mean, I feel like that's definitely been the biggest game plan for Yonni when it comes to Orex, is that he's not a big committer, but every now and then you can catch him slipping, whether it's on, you know, something on purpose or not.
That was perfect coverage.
Yeah. Steve has so many ledge trap setups. It's crazy. Now,
a lot like that forward air.
Game's getting a little crazy, Big Pink. We're on to
It's
last
getting a little
stock.
oiled on us right now. Okay, it's still best of 5 though, so we have well enough of a set afterwards. But I'm still thinking that Orex could die to most of his moves now.
He's not even bothering trying to go like crazy to stop Yonni from mining because he's already got the diamond tools. He's already got maximum iron.
Yeah, at this point, Orex is just betting on once that stock is lost, he's going to focus on how he has to rebuild the diamond tools. The loss of resources.
Oh.
What? Oh my goodness! Okay.
So that just killed straight up the
You
forward.
know, I don't know why I didn't
That's
process it. I thought that was his second to last stock. Huh. It looked like Orex was well into the advantage of that game for me, and then all of a sudden I see this big flashy red screen in my face.
Like, I know it's Diamond Pickaxe, and I know that Peach
Diamond
isn't the
Pickaxe.
heavest. She's not the lightest either.
Yeah.
But she's not the heaviest. It still kind of surprised me, but
The kick
Yonni-
waves are down, but only so much.
Yeah. Yonni able to take the game on his counter pick. Now Orex going into game 4 needs to win 2 in a row to stay in winner's bracket.
This one will be his, but it's Yanni's counter pick in the end, and you might just end up back in that same situation.
So let's see, game 4, Hollow Bastion is the pick for Orex. Probably just trying to limit the amount that Yonni can camp behind the blocks, I would suspect. I mean, if Orex gets center stage control, it's pretty nice for him here.
Oh, this is one of my favorite Kingdom Hearts soundtracks. This one goes so hard.
Pretty good.
That was the greatest benefit to this being added to the game.
I feel like a lot of the music in Kingdom Hearts is like really, really good if you've played the game, because it like invokes emotions in you. And if you've never played it, you're like, This is very beautiful sounding, I suppose.
It's gorgeous, but we have to remember that Utada Hikaru, the singer of like Simple and Clean,
Cool.
she, to her own attestation, has told us that that song means absolutely nothing. And this is just the absolute worst situation. What on earth? Oh my goodness.
Like you said, Oryx's brain is just an AMD Ryzen.
Seriously, 3080 minimum on that graphics card. Gracious gumballs, that was a play. That was a play. I think, like, without the blocks there, he wouldn't have made it.
Oh, no, absolutely not. Yanni got
over.
Yanni got way too fancy, and that's on him for giving Oryx the opportunity to get
Put
back.
up the just-in-case blocks, and he said, why, thank you for the platform.
Just in case I can make it back. Yes, how kind of you.
Wow. The way that Oryx rushed forward and immediately got it back into shield, just in case that up smash ripped, and it so did.
Oh, you got yoinked out of the air.
Yeah,
Oryx thought he was safe, but the fishing rod never fails.
We're fly fishing, folks.
And Yanni's just going to spend all this time mining for extra stone, extra gold. In fact, it looks like he was looking for that gold because the moment he got it, just popped up that powered rail minecart to get center back.
Yeah, that grab is extraordinarily laggy. He tried to go fly fishing again, but this time the fish was a little too elusive.
And the fish was too fly.
The fish was too fly. Peach is too fly. Oryx is too fly.
That's true.
Watch this man fly.
Yanni does have the diamond. This is what he was waiting for basically the entire time. And
to stun him in that trade, and then, oh my god. He said, all right. I got a nice build myself up in the cranium. You have to if you're going to play speed.
My brain also operates. I also like that Yanni was like, it realized in the middle of doing that combo, he was like, wait, I'm using iron blocks to chase him? This seems inefficient.
Downloading new information as we go.
And honestly, the reason that he doesn't have a lot of resources, he spent a lot of time on that first stock just kind of beating up the ground with his fist because he didn't want to use the diamond so late into the stock.
It's difficult, but doable, and it's valuable.
And this is kind of what I was talking about. I feel like Yanni can't get the space to mine as much on this stage when Oryx has control of it the whole time.
It feels like all these calls are just like calling out these jumps that I definitely jumped at, but like Oryx just refuses to leave the ground in some instances.
And on the flip side, Oryx is calling out Yanni's jumps incredibly well. Like, his air-to-air game has just been on point.
It makes sense, because, like, that is one of the worst jumps in the game. That's probably the worst jump in the game. Like, Steve's, he may get to build a block underneath it, but that's about all he gets.
If it's not the worst, it's up there.
It's up there.
Oh,
it's not very far up there, but...
Oryx's spacing is always so good, and now... I mean, 55%, he's just got to close out the stock, and we go to game 5, but...
Easier said than done, for certain.
Diamond time. It's like, diamond time.
You can get, like, forward aired and die now.
Yeah,
for sure.
We learned that in the last game.
Yeah, we certainly did.
No more surprises this time. We understand the win condition here. So, I mean, Oryx now just has to...
I think there was a... That was
exactly like game 2. It's the exact same. Just game.
Just like, all right, farewell.
I wonder if that just means that Yanni's not DIing that particularly well.
Or it could be the uppies, like, sending him backwards a little bit. Does it send him back a little bit? It like moves him horizontal, so maybe his toes just dip into the blast zone and he just eats it.
I think the thing is that Yanni's not really getting the chance to start it, because normally with moves like that, it'll maintain your momentum on startup.
Yes.
Of you flying back, and that's what sends you into the blast zone. Where normally you would just be correcting by sending your air drift back to center, but. I feel like maybe Yanni's just thinking like, okay, now I'm trying to move to the other side of the stage so that I can mine, maybe build a block, and then he gets hit by a rogue back air and he's DIing to the left.
You know, that does happen. That happened in multiple sets that I played today. Like I was holding that way. I'm like, it happens.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to air drift, but nobody wants to survival DI upon the air drift failing. It's very difficult.
Well, now we'll see who can survive game 5 as we go back to Pokemon Stadium 2. Dude, I like that ever since Light just started picking Battle Team Galactic, this has just become like the Pokemon song that everybody picks.
It's just unmatched.
It's a good song. I just think it's really funny to see one player's influence in music.
Dude, Light's influence in general, that man is the protagonist of this entire story.
That guy's my favorite player in the Smash scene.
So cool. Who rolls up their sleeves like a 1920s cartoon before they kick your butt?
He's like Popeye.
Literally.
Light plus spinach, unstoppable.
Unstoppable.
But right now, Oryx looking unstoppable. Yanni's only gotten one counter hit with a powered rail.
And that's about it.
It just takes one stray aerial from Oryx to take the stock. And Yanni, I mean,
looking at that back air. He's looking for it.
He was in the middle of crafting iron tools, and he realized, no, I don't want to do that because I'm already at 156.
I need to think about the next stock, sadly. Those are the compromises you have to make if you're this much of a deficit.
Look at the spacing that Oryx is playing at, too. Like, he realizes Yanni's getting his resources, but, I mean, he has really adapted to the way that Yanni's playing his threat bubble right now and realizing, okay, he's not ever really full sending on the ground to me unless it's out of the minecart, and if he doesn't have the powered rails, I don't have to be as concerned about spacing around that.
Yeah, precisely. Like, again, Orex is just, like, already processed all this, and by game 5, that render is well complete.
But
My
Yanni,
gosh.
Orex, on the other hand, you know, that spacing, as he does take that first stock, that spacing has meant that Yanni's gotten a lot of room to breathe, and you saw he used a diamond on that stock despite being at such high percent because he spent so much time not getting killed by Orex, just getting outplayed, that he got a second diamond for himself. But look out for the damage from Orex.
9%, and if that DI was any worse,
it might have been God.
It might have been God. Might have met God instead of the dragon that day. Oh my gosh. All right, so the back airs are crazy.
I like your implication that Peach is specifically a Christian.
Yo, I mean, look at her dress.
Maybe.
She had a Christian wedding.
A traditional wedding, but...
You know. Fair enough, fair enough.
Here we go with Yanni trying to just hunt for that back air. I mean, catching Orex and shield, and now got a second diamond, so we'll definitely have one available on the last stock. But
certainly so, in his back pocket.
He's just going to refresh that, and I do like that because you have to make plays as Yanni right now with Orex ahead of you, even if you've got all these materials. Orex isn't playing in a space where he's threatened by that minecart, where he's threatened by that anvil, or even by any Big Steve combo setups. I mean,
yeah. Look at how the turnip just eviscerated that minecart. It's like this man definitely spent some time really assessing and mulling over the options he had to counter it. And that's important for all of us. Like,
look at the spacing. I'm telling you.
It's immaculate.
He just has a perfect understanding of, like, the win condition, right? What is it that Steve can do right now that can kill me, that can threaten me?
So
and
just stay
what
out
is
of
it
that
that I
bubble.
can play around? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's just back air versus back air at this point.
I mean,
whole matchup.
He's like, if I get hit by an up tilt or an up air, I don't really mind that. And I love the use of the Peach Bomber onto the blocks as well.
The bounce.
Yeah, give him that extra space to just get away from Yanni.
Ooh, and that
the
trade, it was the perfect time for it.
The DBZ.
Yeah, it was theatrics. I love the dramatic flair coming out of Orex right now.
And now it's one stock away from Orex getting those 2 games in a row that he needed.
This is what
to
I
take
fear,
the set.
Because this is the Enderman that will end your man, especially when he's behind. But, like, Orex is the worst person probably in the room to be behind on.
Yeah, I mean, again, that's kind of why we saw the pace set so early on in this game 5 is because Orex got the early damage, and then he just never lets Yanni into his threat zone. But, you know, it's just pieces of chip here and there from Yanni. Maybe that's all he needs, because as long as he can maintain Diamond going into Orex's last stock, he's always got a chance.
Yeah, remember, this is still a human play in this game. Like, that spacing has to fail every now and then. Gracious. All right, so 85, this is doable. Beyond doable for Steve.
This is Yanni's chance to get that big comeback. I mean, again, the way that Orex has been playing has been very phenomenal.
The way they just like...
Yep. Oh! Yanni now at the perfect spacing,
52.
though. Outside of the forward air.
Oh my gosh!
You could die to back air at the ledge! Maybe that's an exaggeration.
Perhaps.
maybe just a little bit. But forward smash near the ledge? If Yanni gets like a tech chase or something? Oh my goodness. Kiss it goodbye.
All right. Now they're scrapping. Scrapping together these resources. And another wall in the midst of it.
I love this from Yanni, though, putting up all the walls to make sure, all right, I'm going into the final battle, right? I want my inventory to be full. I want to be prepared, because this is where it's scary.
This diamonds need insurance.
No minecart, and didn't have to tech.
It was a buffer for sure. Massive buffer.
Yeah, not the way you want to see that set end, but in the end, Orex got the lead very early on there and ended up closing it out. Game 5, very close.
But incredibly precise.